beauty standards are always changing, and they can't sell you something if they don't tell you something wrong with you. I remember being smaller, feeling like I was big, because at that time, what big was has changed. What's acceptable has changed, and so like, are you going to continue to change every time?
You made it on the billboard. You made it in a magazine. You have the followers. You have the engagement on social media. Do you feel like essentially you made it?
We don't know when it's going to pop off, and I've had months where I've made $25,000, and the next month I made $0.00. Last week, I kid you not, maybe Thursday or Wednesday, I was like boo-hooing, like damn, should I go to school? Between yesterday and today, I got 6 brand deals.
Wow.
I got invited to the SZA concert.
Wow.
I'm going to El Salvador, all expense paid. But I tell you, last week, there was nothing. I was like, I'm wrapping it up. I'm hanging up my jersey, bro.
No, I seen something where there was like white influencers paid a lot more for brand deals, collaborations, things of that nature compared to, I seen this on TikTok, compared to their black counterparts. We have the beautiful Kiara with us. So let's start off with Kiara. Where you from, who you are, what you do. Let's go ahead and start with that.
So I am Kiara from Houston, Texas, where Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion are from.
Okay.
Me and Rihanna got the same birthday, so that's a lot of, and I have a Leo moon placement, so it just makes sense, right? I'm a model, content creator, social media strategist, and a lot of people don't know that I actually used to be a teacher for 3 years. So sometimes I still sub, sometimes I walk dogs. I just be getting money. That's it. So,
that's the goal, ain't it? Just hustle.
Right.
But the short time I've been out here is just like a bunch of hustlers. But let's dive into it though. Like from sub to model, Fashion Nova, billboards, basically, magazines. How did all this happen for you?
For sure. I think that like so many people during the pandemic, it was like, dang, let me figure out something. So I started off as a travel blogger. That's how I got like 5K when I was a senior in college. And then the pandemic happened. I gained some weight. Started talking about it on Twitter, posting outfits on Twitter, and people just like gravitated towards it. So that's kind of how it happened, really.
So you just basically like started talking about your journey and it started picking up?
So I posted on Instagram, like I'm real positive and stuff like that, but you know, like I really blew up because of Twitter, and you gotta kind of be a little messy with people on Twitter.
100%.
So I think I posted a picture of me in a bathing suit, and I was like, I thought a dude who said he don't want his girl over 200 pounds said something, and it had like 2 million views, all these retweets, people like, So yeah, and then they all followed me on Instagram, and then people start following me for like the things I want them to follow me for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you used to sing too? Did you not just say singer?
No, senior.
Seen what?
Senior in college.
Senior. Oh, I thought you said singer.
No, senior.
You look like a singer a little bit.
Yeah, that's because I'm big. You saying big girls can sing?
Nah, come on now. Come on.
I don't sing.
You don't sing?
I wish.
You look like you sing though. But let's dive into it. Like modeling in LA, this whole LA culture. You've been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
How's the culture to you?
That's a hard question. I feel like I did teach here for 1 year, my first year.
Okay.
So I feel like I have a different perspective than a lot of people, because people say, oh, LA people ain't fake, you know? So that can be true, I think. But I really feel like people in LA, like when you think about California, like from the geography point, it's so far from the rest of the United States. I don't think that these black people over here realize that like they just different type of black people. Who had the sun on them. They just a little different than the rest of all of us, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I found it hard to kind of like make real friends. Of course, like dating can be difficult. But it's always something to do with hard career-wise. I think it's definitely like the land of opportunity. When you think about it, you drive around, you see so many mom and pops, probably more than you see in a lot of places, a lot of immigrants.
I noticed
the gold rush was here.
Yeah.
You know, Hollywood was born here. So I think it's really a space for just opportunity.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How has your dating for you been these past 2 years?
I do have a boyfriend now.
Okay, that's what's up. Round of applause. Everybody get a round of applause. That's the goal.
I'm cracking up. I don't know about ego, but it was cool. It's cool. He's very supportive, very cool. But before that, it was kind of wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's also a creative, and that can even be difficult too. I was very against it. Like I'm used to dating engineer, pharmacist, because I'm like, I need somebody with stable income.
You the stereotypical one.
Yeah, I just need somebody more stable than me.
Yeah.
But them checks, he be going to work, so them checks be coming in, we good. Yeah.
So you feel like it's tough to be like a creative, like as far as we're all tracing this dream,
Right.
but it's not as consistent as a 9 to 5 income check.
For sure.
But when you make it,
When
you
them
make it
checks
big.
come, they may come.
They come. So how you feel about that though?
I find it very difficult to grapple with because one, I was gonna go be a lawyer at one point, and I think about the respect aspect of it, and sometimes like it's a difference when I tell somebody, yeah, I'm an influencer. You see a face like, yeah, you tell them, oh yeah, I'm studying to be a lawyer. They're like, oh wow, that's great. So I think like for me, that part has been difficult. All my friends are kind of settling into their careers, so that could be difficult. And we don't know when it's gonna pop off. And I've had months where I've made $25,000, and the next month I made $0.00.
Facts.
And so it's like, how do you make that stretch?
Yeah.
And that's difficult. So.
But it's, it's crazy that like, I think we live in a new time where it's okay to be a creative. Like what you do now, the impact you have now, 20 years ago, that it wasn't possible.
For sure.
If you get what I'm saying, like just through your social media reach, which is dope.
Yeah. I think for me with that though, like last week, I kid you not, maybe Thursday or Wednesday, I was like boo-hooing, like, damn, should I go to school? When I kid you, between yesterday and today, I got 6 brand deals.
Wow.
I got invited to the SZA concert.
Wow.
I'm going to El Salvador, all expense paid. But I tell you, last week, there was nothing. I was like, I'm wrapping it up. I'm hanging up my jersey, bro, because what the hell? And so I think that's what you have to remember, like when you're in the valley, that them hills are worth it. And that everything that you're doing, like somebody is seeing it. I feel like we forget that. So
wow. No, that so let's talk about that though. From boohoo to 6 deals, right?
Oh, yeah.
How did that happen for you? Like what changed? What happened? What just
I don't think anything changed. To be honest, even when I'm feeling real low, if I'm feeling negative or whatever like that, I still post. I still show up. I'm still talking. I was still in meetings feeling like, damn, I don't know if they're going to pick me. And I still show up. Like, people say, oh, I love your confidence, whatever. Like, I'm more brave than confident. I'm scared as hell. Because, especially as a model, they tell you, hey, we got 7 other girls who look just like you. We replace you real quick, right?
Yeah. And
so I still making those connections. So I think that, like, everything that I've been doing, it's time for it to hit. It's Q4, brand spending more money. We see you working. Hey, girl, what's up? You know what I mean? So I think that, like, you don't know when your name is already on a list. You just need to keep showing up.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Facts. But so that's fire advice for one. 2, in LA, it's like beauty standards,
For sure.
plastic surgery, or just that type of look, right? And for you to show up every day, be confident, have a big influence, what advice would you give to others
For sure.
who maybe aren't as confident, who maybe look like you,
Yeah.
or who maybe not even necessarily look like you, but don't fit the traditional beauty standards of Hollywood?
I have a whole bunch of thoughts about that. Because
Yeah.
one, like, again, I'm fighting that battle every day in my own heart, right? I think that when you grow up seeing people who like Bratz dolls, I don't look like a Bratz doll. Yeah, they were more mixed and diverse than Barbie, but I'm still not light skinned like Yasmin. She was like had Asian eyes, you know. And I think that it's just knowing in your heart that even if I don't feel my best today, if I don't feel as pretty as somebody don't see it, that doesn't make it a fact. Like the fact is, I'm beautiful, period. I can feel bad. I can feel however I want to feel today or in this moment. Or they can, and other people's opinion of me is not also a fact or any of my business. So I feel like that's one thing that I really try to actually say to myself. Or I start feeling bad, I have shit to do. I'll be like, girl, we don't got time for this. Like, I talk to myself like a friend, like, girl, do you got time for that? You don't got time for this negativity because you got other shit to do. Or like, let yourself cry for that moment. But I think, again, beauty standards are always changing and they can't sell you something if they don't tell you something wrong with you, right? I remember growing up, my little sister, gorgeous. She's like maybe 5 shades darker than me. People used to make fun of her all the time. Now it's, oh my God, your skin's so pretty, right? So like the standard is always gonna change. I remember being smaller, feeling like I was big because at that time, what big was has changed. What's acceptable has changed. And so like, are you gonna continue to change every time, you know, Beyonce said pretty hurts. They tell you to lose weight, they tell you to gain weight. So like, what are you gonna do and how are you gonna stick to your own standard, like in your heart? I feel like that's what I try to remind myself.
That's deep. That's deep. So basically it's like, if you got a dream, you gotta go for it.
No, period.
Fuck it.
No, and even you know what though? I feel like if I was ugly, so what? Okay, if I am big, I'ma still get it anyway. Even if I don't deserve it, I'ma still get it. It's always somebody who not talented, who don't deserve shit, who getting it, who are not even good people.
Yeah.
So why not you? I feel like that's like, why not me is a big thing too. I know I was talking the other day. I used to want to be a rapper, which is so funny. But I was like, I'm too big to be a rapper. Lizzo is rapping. Then I'm like, bro, I used to be super religious. I'm from Texas. I'm not at all anymore. But at the time, I have to rap about this. I don't want to rap about Christianity. And then like there's this girl named Wande who's a huge Christian rapper. Yeah. So it's like every reason I said I can't do something, there was somebody turning around and doing it and killing it. Yeah. So I'm like, damn, maybe I should just try.
Yeah. Let me get a bar.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm dead. Oh, great.
You good. I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that. But that's inspiring, though. That's very inspiring. I don't think you even know how like inspirational you are.
I appreciate that.
You don't. I feel like sometimes we just living in our own little bubble that we don't know.
Right.
We don't know. But I guarantee you, there's a couple girls out there who's trying, and guys, right?
Yeah.
There's beauty standards for men as well, right?
For sure.
Who are trying, and it's like, do I fit this mold?
Right.
Maybe not. But to see somebody doing it, it looks good. It is good. So what's next for you, though?
That's a great question. Yeah. One I was thinking about today. So I don't have social media management. I have 2 people who offer me a deal. Don't know which one I want to go with. Okay. Don't know if either one is a good decision. I've been signed to a modeling agency before that I left.
What type of deal are you talking about?
So social media management is separate from modeling.
Okay.
And so like they will handle all my brand deals, like say Walmart, Amazon, anybody like that want to hit me up for me posting social.
Yeah.
They'll be in charge of that.
Okay.
And there's a lot of opportunity to be lucrative over there.
Facts.
So that's kind of what that's about. Because it's separate from modeling. Because modeling, if I go in person, shoot calm, that's my modeling agency who handles that. And I've had modeling agencies I wasn't comfortable with, so I'm not. So I don't know. I was thinking about moving to Bali for a month. I really, literally don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Why Bali, though?
Actually, one of my close friends quit her job recently, and we met in Bali. And it was like, that was like 5 years ago. So we're like, let's just go to Bali for a month. I was thinking about going to Colombia for 6 months, learning Spanish. But it's like, dang, all the money is here to like hustle and bustle. But I be wanting to escape it. But I just don't know if I'm far enough in my career to do that. Can I just come back, or can I post about that and people still be interested? So I don't know. I literally don't.
No, I feel that. It's what? So I want to go back to the 6 brand deals, right?
They were Norris, yeah.
Because that is huge. That is huge, believe it or not. And how would somebody go about getting these brand deals?
No, for sure.
Who's trying, who's posting, who's consistent? How does that happen for them?
Closed mouths don't get fed. Like, you have to think about it too. The people who work at, I don't know, let's say American Apparel or whatever. I don't think even open anymore. American Apparel don't even exist. Good American, there you go. Like, they're just people. So they also have to do the work of finding influencers. So if you feel like you fit that mold, ask them. They're like, yes, it's one less person I have to find. 2 of the people who I spoke to this week already yesterday, I genuinely didn't even think would respond to me. And I get this random, like, overwhelming feeling like, well, they don't respond, whatever. I sent an email. I got a response in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, maybe I am cool. Like, okay. And then like, also trying not to let that, like, validate me. But it's hard not to let that type of stuff validate you. So I think just trying, like, you don't know. Don't you work yourself up to a level for that though, right? For sure. I think what you said, being consistent.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't apply. I'm not saying that you have to do this. I didn't apply for any agencies until I finally, after 2 years, posted every day for 30 days. That was so hard for me. And now that I've done that, I realized that I actually need to do 90 days because some agencies ask you for 90 days worth of work. Like, what have you done in the last 90 days? And so I was like, let me prove to myself that I can be consistent. Because even though other people on the outside might feel like I am, I know in my heart I wasn't doing enough. I wasn't doing even the type of content that I wanted to be known for all the time, right? I want to be known more for my voice and what I have to say. So I can't do makeup. And I got on camera and I just said, hey, I can't really do my own makeup, but here I am. And people really liked it. And so I think just trying and being consistent and doing the stuff that you resonate with. Because people right now are looking for like real people.
Yeah.
You know?
You should start a podcast.
So funny, like I got 10,000 other things to do. It's so funny though. Last week I literally said I want to do more podcasts in a meeting. with an agency. And then my friend hit me up, Posh,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, this is podcast." So,
So
I'm
you
like, "Oh,
you
shit."
manifested this.
It was really. I'm telling you, I don't know what happened last week, but them tears was worth something. They was worth something. I don't know how, but yeah,
That is crazy. Nah, but you believe in like manifestation?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Is that something you actively do, or just
In
more
the-
so?
Yeah.
I believe in it. And it
In the
happens?
beginning of the year, I really was like head down with it for sure. But recently, I've been kind of like falling off, and I
Yeah.
really want to get into like journaling and taking some time in the morning just to think, because I do think that like what we say is real,
Yeah.
and gets into our body.
But do you feel like you falling off on it, and then all these opportunities coming is a part of it? Like not focusing so much on it and just letting it flow?
No, I do be focused, so I was crying. I'm not letting it flow. If I was doing that, I'd be good. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Nah, I'd be like, woo, I'm gonna give up. And my friend's probably tired of me. But I think it's so important to speak life over yourself, you know.
Yeah.
But again, I think my point is, even when you don't believe it, still try. Like,
into existence.
because other people out here trying. So with no talent or whatever the case may be.
I feel that. So what advice would you give to somebody who's about to move to LA?
Right.
They have a vision of being a model,
Right.
plus size model in a
Okay.
sense. What would you tell them right now?
For sure. Take your digitals. Have you done that? Like, I feel like people forget that that's so important. People always say, "Oh, like I have to have 10,000 followers or even 1,000 followers or whatever to get signed." One of my friends who signed to my agency, I think she has 600 followers, because she applied. So I think again, like if you don't let people don't tell yourself no. Like don't take yourself out the race. You can't. If you don't even put yourself in the pool, how you gonna win? You're not. So I think that's the first thing is taking the digitals. Posting it on Instagram, tagging the brands, like what are you do? Like when you say you want to do something, what have you done today to get towards that? I will say that's one thing that I consistently do every month. It's like I wrote my goals down at the beginning of the year, and I'm like, what am I doing literally every day to get towards that? And I can say that's something I've stuck to, and I've seen the fruits of that labor 10 months later.
So you tag brands that you don't have deals with yet on your posts?
I do, and it really kind of depends. One, do I want to work with them? Two, though, like I have reached out to them and they have like refused, and I still love them. I'm not tagging them. Sorry, no free promo. But if I haven't reached out or nothing like that, yeah, like for sure. People be like, "Oh, where you?" Especially this wig right here. That people don't know a wig. Oh, they won't respond, baby. Nobody gonna know where the wig from then, cause
Yeah.
I love this hair,
But
but they
keep it
got
on
me
the low.
big. They got me big.
Yeah, keep it on the low.
Yeah, and it's not because I'm like gatekeeping. It's like, no, pay me.
Pay me.
If you DM me on the side, I'll tell you. So I always think about this two things. Like, no doesn't mean no, and no mean ask somebody else. Like this brand saying no, okay, I ask another one. This person saying no, that's cool, I'm gonna ask another one. So two things go hand in hand. It's like, no doesn't mean no, no mean ask somebody else, and all you need is one yes. You need one husband, you need one agency, you need one good opportunity. You don't need everybody to tell you yeah. So those go hand in hand. So I think that's what I would say.
Okay. So that is another question for me. What does being a model mean to you?
That's a really good question I've never pondered upon. I think it is being the representation, right? Something that's super interesting is, and it's probably sound like a side note, but I promise you it makes sense. I never really liked big news, but then Rihanna had that Savage X Fenty show. She had like 3, and it was fun. I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
I never thought about it. You know what I mean? Like I never thought about that as something I could be attracted to because they, cover up. Why the media cover them up or don't make them seem as sexual or as appealing. And so
That's
I think
deep.
like being a model is being a representation. Like people see me and they say, I feel like a walking billboard, honestly. Even just now in the hallway, somebody said, where you get your shoes from, where you get this from, like 3 people. And I'm like, I think that's what it is. Like you can dress sexy and have bigger boobs and not be sexualized, right? Or you can still be beautiful or whatever the case may be. Like you are that representation. I feel like that's like you're modeling what it looks like to a regular girl to have it on, right? So that's what I feel like.
I want to dive deeper into that, but let's fuck it. Let's do it. So, so with that being said, why is it then that most brands try to pick conventionally whatever is not stylish, whatever the beauty trend is of that generation to model their items?
Cool. have like a couple of thoughts that came to my head. My boyfriend is a photographer. He shoots the architectural stuff, so he does Architectural Digest and stuff like that. But he be on set with like Lululemon and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I do post a lot of my model photos have been in lingerie, which is why me and Savage X Fenty like this, right? And so he was like, Key, the person who was saying yes to this is not the influencer marketing girl. It's the 60-year-old white man or the 50-year-old white woman. They're the ones like, yeah, I like that. I like the people who are picking out at Target and Macy's. There are older people who just have a different mindset of what they feel like is what you're supposed to look like. When I first got signed, they told me I need to wear my hair in an afro, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like, and she was like, that's what those palm-colored people, that's what they want to see. So I think that is kind of why, because there are a lot of people who are in control of this industry that we don't see, who are kind of still picking from an archaic way. Because, in the U.S., the women wear 14. That's the average size for a woman, not a 6, not a 10. And so I just think that there's people who are stuck in their ways. And sometimes we do have to kind of twerk it towards them until we can make our own stage and do what we want to do.
That's deep. Everybody round of applause for that one.
I'm cracking up.
Nah, gee, that was a good one. It's like if the person's picking is old, white, and pale, right? And no offense to old, white, and pale men, but
Yeah.
then it's gonna be for those who don't look like them. They might not be as reluctant to pick that, right? Or that's not their type, or
for sure. One insecurity that I have as a model, and I really do carry, is when I do see models, or even like actresses. What you notice is you will see a bald girl that's dark skinned or a light skinned girl with big hair. And for me, I'm like round the way she could live down the street from me type of girl like that. And it's very pretty, sure. But it's like, I don't fit those two extreme modes, right? And then you see people like Precious Lee, who was from Atlanta, Georgia, walking for Dior, right? And so brown skin, big titties, looks like an African-American girl. Again, representation. I saw that and I'm like, dang.
yeah.
Maybe I can do that.
Facts.
And never thought about it before.
Facts. I think the biggest thing here is that our people need to get in more doors, right?
For sure.
And that's beyond the modeling, beyond the face of things, right? Beyond the sports and behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Because behind the scenes is what's controlling everything. The sports world, the entertainment world, Hollywood. It's like we see these faces, but it's behind the scenes that's really like controlling it all. So,
but no, I mean, and you're right. I was gonna say last week was Savage X Fenty, and honestly, the stylists, the pro stylists, the makeup, everybody was black, and I was like, oh, okay, Riri, this period. I felt good about it,
Yeah.
So, and I've been on set, so I'm like the only black person. I've cried on about my hair on set, so like
you cry a lot.
Yeah, I do
But you're
cry a lot.
Pisces, so it makes sense
cry a
now.
lot, but it be stressing me. Imagine you think you want that one you're talking about, the one that's in the airport, that big billboard.
Yeah.
With that wig. Oh my God, there's a hole in that wig now that man made in my wig, and that wig went cheap. But that wasn't even why I cried. So that's something else.
The big thing about LA, and when a lot of people come here, is to chase this dream.
For sure.
And it's to become something, and they're trying to chase something, right? You made it on a billboard. You made it in a magazine. You have the followers. You have the engagement on social media. Do you feel like essentially you made it as a model?
No.
No? Okay.
That's so funny because
Yeah.
like one thing, I don't know who said this. They're like, I don't care how many accolades you see, I'ma still need help. Because at the end of the day, also like you said, I'm the face. What about the producer of the show? Is that person black? Like, who's calling the shots? Like, no. So there are so many things I want to do in my career as an influencer. I want to be a writer. There's so many things that I want to do. So I will say, like, just moving, let's say you just moved here, nobody calling you back, nothing. You wouldn't beat 90% of the people who sitting at home just thinking they wish they could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you already are ahead of the game. You already in the space. This is the land of opportunity. And I'm a big believer in proximity principle. It's like somebody say, especially as a plus size woman, like, how do you date men that make over 100K? Proximity principle. I went to Howard with a whole bunch of people around me who are nurses, doctors, and lawyers. So boom, now I live in LA with people who are influencers and producers. So I'm touching shoulders with them. I'm going to those events. I paid for a conference this weekend. Honestly, I wasn't gonna pay for it because I'm not used to paying for stuff no more. But I was like, you know what? It's worth it. So I invest into that. That's a business expense anyway. And I rub shoulders with the people who I want to be like. So I think that's super important. Just being in the space.
Yeah.
Getting there is literally 50%. Showing up, 50% of the work is done.
So I feel like for you, based off the answers, like it doesn't matter what pinnacle you reach,
Yeah.
you're always gonna want more.
I mean, for sure.
That's basically what you just said. It's like,
But I don't feel like made it is crazy.
yeah,
like,
made it is crazy. You just said you was crying last month.
I'm working. Like, no, I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's what, again, I'm defining for myself what is success. Like, what
Yeah.
makes me a successful model. Personally, like, I'm not working as a model at minimum, like, 4 times a month, which is 1 time a week. And I'm being transparent. That's about $3,000 for one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not there. I'm getting, like, I think last month I made 2, which was good. That's $6,000, but cool. Like, what if nothing else happens? What if, you know? And so, for me, I'm trying to define what that looks like. And I would want to be working a whole bunch more as a model, a whole bunch more paid brand deals. A lot of this stuff is unpaid, you know, as an influencer. And again, like as Black people, they don't be trying to pay us. They try to undercut us. I've been just telling people straight up no. I can't take on any more unpaid work because I'm just too busy. And so I feel like, to me, I would make it, one, my bank account always at a certain level.
What's that level?
I don't know. I really don't know.
What's the level? What's the level you feel like your bank account needs to be at to feel like I'm comfortable?
I can't even capture you. I will
can't.
say this one thing.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, I feel like what God has for me, I can't even think about how big it is.
I love that.
Right? But 2 is like, I want to make sure, like, if I can pay my mama rent and my rent,
You vibing.
I feel like I'm cool. And honestly, I just want to really I don't even want to pay her rent. I want to give her a big down payment where it's real comfortable for her to pay for it. So she's still going to be teaching.
Yeah.
Okay. But so, like, I feel like doing those type of things will make me feel like, all right. I mean, I'm just now starting to feel like, yeah, I'm going on an all expense paid cruise. I'm like, okay. But they ain't pay me to be there, though. You know? And it's like, I don't want to sound ungrateful because I am, but... Because I am grateful. There you go. Because I am grateful, but there's so many more things.
You know, I seen something where there was like white influencers, not necessarily even models, but influencers, get paid a lot more for brand deals, collaborations, things of that nature compared to, I seen this on TikTok, compared to their Black counterparts.
Okay, so let me say this. I'm at a dinner,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not going to say the brand because I still work this brand. Because rent be due.
Yeah.
But we all know them very, very well. They have super fast shipping. That's all I'm saying. If you know that, you're like, okay, I may even know who she's talking about.
Okay.
We're at dinner with some white people, some white girls, and they say, oh my God, this brand is so crazy. They wanted $30,000 for 5 pictures. And like me and the other Black girls like, $30,000? Like, that's how, you know that sound on TikTok? Y'all getting paid? Like, that's how we felt. Like, I'm like, dang, that's a lot of money. And she's saying, like, that's nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's absolutely for sure happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, because also, like, a lot of us just want to be in a space, including myself sometimes, you know? And so it's like, will you take no money? Will you take a little bit of money just to say you were there? Because, like, they don't want to pay you, but then you realize they got 5 pictures of you on their Instagram and on their website. So it's like...
Whoa, what's going on here?
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy, but it is what it is. But I think that's the beauty of being Black. Is that sometimes we just got to thug it out. We got to grind out. And without that, we wouldn't be who we are. That makes sense, too. So, but anyway, before we keep on going longer and longer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This was a wonderful episode. Thank you for joining us. Sure. I appreciate you. Hope you have fun. And we tuning out. Peace.